Leon Atkin was born in Spalding, Lincolnshire, on the 26th of July 1902 and was a Welsh Methodist and Congregationalist minister, human rights activist, and politician. His father was a gas manager and his family were Anglicans. As a boy, he participated in activities at the Methodist chapel that was next door to the family home. In 1914, when he was 12, the family moved to Biddulph in Staffordshire. As a boy he became a Methodist and well known as a boy preacher. At 16, he joined the Labour Party. In 1930, he accepted a position in Risca, Monmouthshire at St John's Church as probationer minister. Like Donald Soper, he held open-air meetings on a weekly basis and he drew people to his services, including unbelievers. His concern was always for the disadvantaged, and at Risca in Gwent he preached the social gospel. This was prominent in America in the early 20th century. This sought to apply Christian ethics to social problems such as poverty, alcoholism, and poor housing. Its activism challenged religious belief that lacked any practical outworking in a person's life. The large chapel and its schoolroom to assist the unemployed. The building was open every day of the week, with a shoe repairing workshop, a barber shop, and a kitchen providing free meals. Part of the building became a hostel for some young unemployed people to have an address, which enabled them to claim benefit, which brought him into conflict with the authorities. Leon Atkin embraced the social gospel and was an active voice concerning political and social issues affecting the community. He became increasingly involved in social issues 2 years later when he was moved to Bargoed. At the Methodist Central Hall, he provided programs to assist unemployed men, including offering free meals, barber and shoe repair services, and lodging, the latter of which circumvented the governmental means test of the men's parents' income and angered authorities. He was critical of the church and the Labour Party. Synod leaders then made arrangements for transfer to Cornwall, which he would not accept. He accepted one of 3 offers from Congregationalist denominations in Cardiff to lead St Paul's at Swansea. The church was £2,000 in debt and had only 12 members. He began holding open-air ministry meetings, drawing up to 500 people, more so during the summer months. He was not popular within the leadership of the Congregational Union of England and Wales due to his anti-fascism positions in the Labour Party and reluctance to take direction from church leaders. He courageously challenged Oswald Mosley's antisemitism at a British Union of Fascists rally at the Plaza Cinema Swansea in July 1934. Leon Atkin, care for down and outs in the crypt of St Paul's, in spite of the opposition of the deacons, became known through his articles in the press, especially in the Sunday newspaper, The News of the World. His congregations grew to 200 on winter Sunday nights and, with holiday visitors, to over 500 in the summer. Though he was something of a maverick, public disapproval never deterred him, and unlike most ministers he would christen babies of single mothers. He became a representative for Brynmelyn Ward of the Swansea Borough Council in November 1936. He served as a Labour councillor. Despite being a pacifist, he joined the Royal Artillery in 1940, before being invited to become an army chaplain. He served in Holland, North Africa, France, and Italy and became a captain. Eventually he returned to Swansea, where the chapel had been locked and he had lost his ministry. He was able to settle back at St Paul's, without the Congregational Union's formal support, due to the allegiance of members of the community and former soldiers. The crypt of St Paul's became a refuge for the homeless and down and outs, particularly during the bitter winter of 1946-47, and they were welcomed each Christmas. Forming the People's Party in 1947 to keep his seat on the council, due to complaints he made against the Labour Party, and remaining on the council until 1964. While living in Swansea, Leon Atkin would visit Swansea pubs each Friday to collect money for the homeless and to enable children from poor families to enjoy Guy Fawkes nights and to visit the circus. Though criticised by ministers for going into pubs, he would drink with Dylan Thomas, notably at the Bush in the High Street before Dylan's final visit to New York. With his beret and clerical collar, Leon Atkin was a well-known figure, admired by people with little time for churches, ministers, or organised religion. He died on the 27th of November 1976 in Swansea, but his Christian ministry among the homeless and disadvantaged carries on today at Zach's Place in George Street. described by Ian Bone as a hero of the poor, and did many great things. He would baptise the children of unmarried mothers, and opened up the church's crypt during the cold winter of 1946, to let hundreds of people shelter there.